What you think you know about breathing is actually incomplete. You have been indoctrinated with the idea that breathing is just a physiological behavior that happens naturally and effortlessly. It doesn't matter. But this is the first illusion that needs to be broken. The air that goes in and out of your lungs is not just oxygen. It is a hidden force quietly operating in your body. It carries energy, affects your emotions, controls your thinking, and even opens up a higher level of consciousness. You can, like most people, turn a blind eye to it and let the breath run on its own, or you can learn to take charge of it, completely transforming your inner energy. The choice is in your hands. Look around you. In the hustle and bustle of everyday life, no one stops to think about their breathing. It happens easily and unnoticed. But the truth is that the actions you do unconsciously every day may just be the key to changing your reality. Why do some people stay calm under pressure while others crumble? Why are some people so full of energy and others exhausted? The difference lies in the way they breathe. More importantly, it lies in their awareness of breathing. Breathing is not only for survival but also to touch the hidden state of your heart. Those who understand this can gain a kind of self-mastery that most people will never achieve. This is not new. Ancient civilizations have long known that breathing is more than a physiological reflex. The yogis in India, the monks in Tibet, the wise men in China all understand that air carries life energy. So, what exactly happened? How did we lose this knowledge? The simple answer is distraction. Modern society has conditioned us to live a disconnected life, focusing only on the outside and forgetting about the inside. We look for energy in coffee, food, and social media without knowing that the true source of power has always been within us, flowing with every breath. But now you start to think about it. There is an advanced method, an ancient technique used by monks and spiritual masters. It generates inner heat to awaken your life force and even expand your consciousness. The best part is that you don't need years of training to feel the effects. Please hold on, because I'm going to teach you how to do it in detail. From the beginning, air was not just a material element. It was viewed as a divine force, a direct channel between humans and the gods. Science viewed oxygen as merely biofuel, but ancient civilizations understood that there was something deeper, invisible but real. The Egyptians believed that the breath of life was a gift given by the gods at birth and withdrawn at death. To the Mayans, the wind was an incarnation of the gods, a carrier of power and transformation. Are these cultures wrong? Although people have given it different names over the centuries, all of these traditions speak of the same force, an energy that permeates the air to cultivate guidance and expansion. If you study ancient texts, you will find that breath control has always been a key element of spiritual rituals. Masters knew how to change the rhythm of the breath and depth that only changes the inner state but also strengthens the connection to something larger. In Hindu Reiki meditation, sages use breathing techniques to enter higher states of consciousness and align energy centers. In Taoist breathing techniques, specific breathing patterns are used to store and circulate life energy throughout the body. In sacred chants of various cultures, chanting mantras such as those in Tibetan Buddhism involve specific breathing patterns to produce a state of mental clarity. In Christian and Islamic traditions, people unconsciously use rhythmic breathing when praying and breathing. Prayer and devotional repetition help to focus and achieve physical and mental surrender. Regardless of cultural model, they are all the same. Those who control their breathing can control their own energy. Those who control their energy can control their reality. But very few people can truly do it. Most people still live in a hazy state without realizing the power contained in every breath. Have you ever noticed that your breathing changes when you are nervous or afraid? Breathing will be quick and short, and long and deep when you are relaxed. What few people tell you is that the two influence each other. Your emotional state affects your breathing, but your breathing can also change your emotional state. This is not mysticism. It is science. Your nervous system operates in two main modes: the sympathetic nervous system's fight or flight mode, and rest and recovery mode of the parasympathetic nervous system. Most people are stuck in the first mode, always alert and anxious. What they don't know is that breath has the power to manually trigger the second mode that'll activate a deep state of calm and focus. Are you breathing in a way that makes you stronger, keeps you trapped in stress? It all comes down to the autonomic nervous system, which controls involuntary functions such as heart rate, digestion, and hormone secretion. Here's what happens when you breathe consciously. Short, shallow breaths are in the sympathetic mode and send out danger signals. Increased cortisol production puts the body on alert. Long, deep breaths are in the parasympathetic mode. They lower the heart rate and release relaxing neurotransmitters to stabilize the body's systems. Your breathing not only reflects your emotional state, but also creates it. By controlling the air in and out of your body, you're actually hacking your own biological system. You've no doubt heard that deep breathing can calm your mind, but no one has ever explained to you the real reason behind it. Breathing can directly change brain chemicals like serotonin. Long controlled breathing can increase levels of this neurotransmitter, improve mood and well-being. Endorphins. Deep breathing techniques can stimulate the release of these natural substances, reduce pain and bring feelings of pleasure and relaxation. Gamma-aminobutyric acid, an important neurotransmitter, can reduce anxiety and bring clarity. Slow breathing can activate its calming effect. Natural dimethyltryptamine. Some advanced breathing techniques such as total regression breathing can stimulate the release of small amounts of dimethyltryptamine. This substance is associated with higher states of consciousness and spiritual visions. This means that your breath has the power to bring you to a state of clear mind, focus, and emotional balance without resorting to stimulants or drugs. Now you see, we monks and yogis spend hours practicing conscious breathing. They are not just meditating but activating neurochemical states that science is only beginning to understand. One thing few people notice is the brief moment between inhalation and exhalation. This gap is like a portal. In that moment, thoughts will temporarily dissipate. Intuition may surface as you learn. Amazing things happen when you focus on this empty space between your breaths. You begin to get answers without thinking. Great spiritualists use this principle to gain deep insights. Some call it whisper of the universe. You'll begin to notice details you once ignored. Rhythmic, balanced breathing changes your perception of time. The world seems to slow down and you gain more control over your reactions. An energetic and expansive breathing technique can help you feel more deeply connected to everything around you. It's as if you're seeing the world from a whole new perspective. In other words, by changing your breathing, you're changing your perception. Now imagine if there was an advanced method that could. This expansion is so powerful that Tibetan monks use it to awaken inner heat or resist extreme temperatures and enter higher states of consciousness. It's no wonder that this technique actually exists. From now on, we'll teach you how to do it. There is an ancient technique practiced by Tibetan monks that not only allows you to generate inner heat in extreme conditions but also activates higher states of consciousness to awaken the latent power within you. This technique is called Kundalini concentration, also known as the inner fire breathing technique. It has been hidden away in monasteries in the Himalayas for centuries for advanced practitioners who not only seek physical endurance, but also desire deep control over their own energy. Monks who have mastered Kundalini fire concentration can consciously raise their body temperature to withstand extreme cold and enter deep meditative states. But this technique does more than that. It activates an inner spirit, fire. According to spiritual traditions, this fire can burn away emotional blockage and expand your perception of reality. This is not just an ancient belief. Science has proven that people who practice Kundalini meditation experience tangible physical changes, including increased blood circulation and the release of neurotransmitters that bring clarity and inner strength. Preparing the environment for the correct practice of Kundalini meditation is crucial. Ideal conditions next. You should be in a quiet place where you can concentrate without interruption. Posture is also key. Straighten your spine. You can sit in lotus position or at least keep your upper body stable. Your body should be relaxed but alert at the same time. Since this technique generates internal heat, avoid wearing heavy clothing as your body may react unexpectedly during the exercise. Step 1. Take a few gentle, deep breaths to steady your mind and prepare your body. Close your eyes and focus on the center of your belly, the area around your belly button. Imagine a small fire or ball of heat growing in this location. This fire represents your life energy. It will begin to expand as you breathe. Now start breathing powerfully. Breathe deeply through your nose. Feel the air filling your belly. Activate that inner ball. Hold your breath for a few seconds and gently contract your pelvic floor muscles as if you are holding the energy within your body. While you are holding your breath, imagine the heat rising up your spine, into your chest, and reaching your head. When you exhale the air in a controlled manner through your mouth. Mentally guide that heat to every cell in your body. This cycle should be repeated for 10 to 15 minutes. Always respect your limits. As your practice progresses, you may begin to feel strong physical reactions, such as actual heat spreading throughout your body, tingling sensations in your limbs, and even a change in your perception of your surroundings. Many practitioners report spontaneous emotional releases, as if old blocks are beginning to break down. Others experience an extremely clear mental state. Thoughts seem to slow down and intuition becomes more intense. Practicing Kundalini meditation more sharply. It doesn't take years of experience to start feeling the effects, but persistence is crucial. For beginners, 3 sets of 5 breaths each is enough to activate the first signs of this technique. Over time, the intensity can be increased to gain deeper control over your own energy. It is important not to push the practice beyond your own pace. At any time you feel dizzy or extremely uncomfortable, return to your natural breathing and let your body adjust. Mastering Kundalini concentration is all about touching the source of power that has always been hidden in your body. When you activate this inner fire, you will begin to realize that your body and mind are not obstacles but tools to expand your consciousness. This technique is just one of the many keys to unlocking your true potential. If what you have learned so far has made you realize be powerful, you will be even more amazed when you discover how to channel this energy to change reality. Now that you have learned the Kundalini technique and experienced its effects on the mind and body, it is time to take this practice to a deeper level. Visualization is one of the most powerful elements of breathing practice. The fire growing in the center of the abdomen during Kundalini meditation is a clear example of this, but you can actually direct your breath to any part of the body for any purpose. Some spiritual traditions teach that the color of the light you imagine can affect the effectiveness of your practice. When you inhale, imagine a golden light that can bring about a feeling of vitality and expansion. A blue light can have a calming effect, while a white light represents purification and clarity. It's not the color itself that matters, but the meaning you give to the practice. In Adityondo, visualizing the intention, it is like an amplifier of energy generated by the breath. If you just breathe mechanically, the effect will still be there, but it will be more limited. When you add a clear purpose to the breath, whether it is to add energy to heal suppressed emotions or simply expand awareness, your mind and body will work together to achieve that goal. During the practice, you can use inner affirmations to strengthen the intent. Breathe. As you breathe in, you can mentally repeat something like, "I am absorbing pure energy." As you hold the breath, tell yourself that this energy is activating the power within me. As you exhale, feel like you are releasing blockages or built-up tension. Another way to deepen your experience is to focus your breath on the heart area. Chest breathing has direct effects on the nervous system when combined with a state of gratitude or love. Impaction shows that stress levels are significantly reduced when a person enters a heart-coherent state, where emotions are aligned with the breath. Happiness is enhanced. Advanced practitioners use this technique to enter deep meditative states and strengthen positive emotions, such as compassion and courage. The connection between breathing and visualization is not unfounded. Neuroscience experiments show that brain cannot fully distinguish between what you are visualizing and what you are experiencing in reality. This means that when you breathe in, imagine light flowing through your body, you will have a real reaction on the physical level. Your brain will interpret this experience as concrete things, and your body will respond accordingly. This exercise is simple but powerful. When you inhale, imagine that you are absorbing energy from your surroundings as if by an invisible force. Breathe it into your body like a charge. As you hold your breath, imagine this energy expanding in your body. Activate your energy centers to release any resistance. As you exhale, feel that you are releasing things that no longer serve you. Resolve physical, emotional, and mental tension. If you practice every day, you will begin to notice subtle changes in how you feel. Small moments of clarity will appear unconsciously. Your intuition will change. The world around you seems clearer. Over time you realize that you are no longer just an observer of reality but a person with the ability to shape reality according to your concerns. In various spiritual traditions and healing systems there are centers called chakras, meridians, or energy fields. The names may be different but the concept is the same. There is an invisible energy flowing through you at this very moment. How this energy flows or is blocked has a direct impact on your happiness, clarity of mind, and connection to your higher states of consciousness. Most people go their entire lives without noticing this energy. They feel tension in their chests, heaviness in their stomachs, and tightness in their throats but never stop to ask themselves, is this just a physical problem, or is there something else going on? An amazing thing happens when we begin to observe our breath and consciously direct it to different parts of the body. We begin to feel this energy. Not only that, we learn to unlock it. Energy centers, or chakras, are located along the spine. Each chakra corresponds to a different aspect of our existence. Muladhara, located at the base of the spine, is associated with security and survival. It is often felt if this area is blocked. Persistent feelings of fear and lack of stability. Manipura chakra, where you practice Kundalini breathing, is associated with personal power and confidence. When it is activated correctly, you will feel a real sense of warmth, a strength and determination that is not dependent on external factors. The heart chakra is the center of emotion and connection with others. When the breath is focused in this area, built-up tension is naturally released. There will be a feeling of emotional openness. But how do you know if these centers are blocked? The body is always giving signals. If there is a persistent feeling of heaviness in the stomach area, it could be a buildup of suppressed emotions. If breathing is always shallow and localized in the upper chest, it could be a sign of anxiety or difficulty expressing emotions. If there is pressure between the eyebrows or in the head during meditation, it could be a sign that your intuition is trying to manifest, but there is still something that needs to be released. The good news is that the breath is one of the most powerful tools for unlocking these energy centers. With every inhale, both bring new energy to the body. Every exhale releases tension and blockages. When we consciously direct our breath to different parts of the body, you can actually feel these areas being activated. Now try closing your eyes and taking a deep breath. Inhale and feel that area getting stronger. Exhale and imagine any tension or fear dissipating. Now bring your attention to the center of your chest and inhale deeply. The energy expands in the area. Exhale and release any emotional baggage you are carrying. Repeat this process in different parts of your body and observe how you feel. With practice, you will begin to notice subtle signs of activation. This might be a slight vibration in certain areas, an unexpected warmth, or a feeling of inner expansion. These are all signs that your energy is flowing and that you are awakening to a deeper awareness of yourself. But here's a key takeaway. It's crucial to maintain balance when working with your inner energy. Exerting too much can cause discomfort. Ignoring your body's signals can lead to excessive accumulation of energy. The key is to consciously practice respecting the natural rhythm of your own awakening. Now that you've begun to feel the energy flowing through your body, it's time to face one of the biggest challenges to inner awakening: emotional blockages that most people accumulate throughout their lives. Tiredness, trauma, tension, and negative patterns. These emotional burdens don't go away on their own. They get stored in the body, affecting your thinking, reactions, and even physical health. When an emotion is suppressed, it doesn't go away but manifests itself in other ways. Anxiety, chronic pain, excessive fatigue, and even difficulty making decisions can be symptoms of stagnant emotional energy. Conscious breathing acts like a natural and blocker forth emotions you need to process. Brought to the surface, these emotions are acknowledged and released. There is an almost immediate feeling of relief, clarity, and rebirth. In some of the more intense practices, such as total return breathing or circular breathing process, may go deeper. In these techniques, body's oxygen levels rise, causing an altered state of consciousness. Suppressed emotions may arise spontaneously. Some people report uncontrollable crying during these experiences, tears, unexpected laughter, or even inner visions. This is because the breath taps into a part of the subconscious that is usually hidden. But don't worry if nothing too drastic happens during the first few practices. Sometimes healing happens in more subtle ways. You may just notice that after a conscious breathing practice, you feel lighter, more focused, and less obsessive about repetitive thoughts. Little ones like this change are signs that something is moving within you, a sign that the release process has begun. The most important thing on this path is to persist. The more you practice, the more sensitive you will become to what is going on within you. Breathing exercises not only bring emotional clarity, they also teach you to trust your intuition. Notice patterns that have been overlooked in the past and consciously transform your own energy. So, how do you incorporate this practice into your daily life? Start by incorporating this awareness into your routine. Be incorporating some small practices into your day. Take 3 full deep breaths before starting any major activity. In addition to these short breaks, you can also use breathing exercises to transform negative emotional states into higher states of consciousness. If you are feeling angry, try extending your exhalation. Release the air slowly and in a controlled manner. This instantly activates the parasympathetic nervous system and reduces the effects of stress on your body. If you feel depleted, try taking a few quick, strong breaths through your nose to awaken your inner energy. If you need focus, try square breathing. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 counts, and let your lungs out. Holding an empty breath for 4 seconds balances the mind and creates a state of deep focus. Lack of time and lack of self-discipline are one of the biggest obstacles for anyone trying to incorporate a new practice. Breathing exercises are no exception. Daily life is full of distractions and emergencies. The brain will always find excuse to put off things that don't seem so important. But the truth is that you don't need to set aside large chunks of time specifically for breathing exercise like you do for physical exercise or long periods of meditation. Breathing exercises can be incorporated into your life at any moment, effortlessly interrupting what you're doing. The key is not to find the time but to connect the practice to moments that already exist in your daily life. One of the most effective ways to build persistence is the habit trigger strategy. Don't try to remember to take conscious breaths out of thin air. Instead, tie the practice to an action that you do every day. You can use your first breath after waking up to take 3 deep, conscious breaths before you pick up your phone or get out of bed. This sets the stage for you from the start. The day sets the pace. Taking a bath is a good time to reset. Use your bath time to practice conscious breathing. Feel the air moving in and out while letting the water wash away any accumulated tension. Strategic breaks during work. Take a few deep breaths before continuing whenever you switch tasks or feel distracted. This can help you relax without taking up extra time. Improve work efficiency before eating. Take a slow, deep breath before you start eating. This will activate your digestive system and put you in a more relaxed state for better absorption of nutrients. When transitioning between activities, if you are commuting from work or changing environments, use this moment to take a deep breath to release tension. Before going to bed, if you have uneasy thoughts at night, breathing to the ground will calm the body and prepare it for deep sleep. It's also a good idea to create small visual reminders. Put sticky notes on the bathroom mirror. Set a discreet alarm on your phone. You can even use everyday objects as reminders. For example, every time you pick up a glass of water or open the door, it can serve as a reminder to breathe mindfully. Another important factor is self-compassion. Many people give up because they feel like they're not sticking to their daily practice. But this isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. Don't feel guilty if you don't practice one day and do it the next. Small adjustments are always better than giving up entirely. Over time, this awareness of your breath will improve. It becomes natural and you will find that you no longer need reminders because your body and mind will begin to actively ask for these pauses. When that moment comes, breathing is no longer just a technique but a way of life. If you still feel like you don't have the time or discipline to practice, try these strategies and see what a difference it makes. You don't need to change your daily routine by simply incorporating your breath into what you are doing. When you notice the impact of this change, your perspective on your breathing will change forever. Breathing is the secret key to your inner power. Mastering your breath will set you on the path to self-transformation and deep awakening. Now leave a comment in the comments section. I am a breath chain. Connect with high-dimensional energy. Use these words to open a deep connection with the inner energy and let it witness your pursuit of growth. Every reply is like planting a seed of hope in your heart. With practice, it will take root and sprout. May you harvest happiness, growth, and wisdom in your life journey. Achieve deep awakening and freedom of body and mind. Thank you for your company. See you in the next video.